I'm so sorry, guys. It was very evil of me to stop at that point. But I had to have you come back, didn't I? Let's carry on. Ready? I'm opening it. Dara looks at me and Kurisu. I whip my parched lips and nod. The air in the lab suddenly seems thicker. Unable to escape the thought of closed window, it surrounds us with oppressive heat. Dara wipes the sweat off his forehead with a handkerchief and timidly presses the enter key. The file opens. At first glance, it looked like a resume. There's a photograph on the top right. The top left has his name, age, height, weight, and other information. In the centre is a long string of English text. Underneath that, there's something attached like a scan of a newspaper clipping with a black and white photo. And then, I know. I know exactly what a Jellymans report means.
Jellymans report 10.
Jellymans report 10. Morning Good News, April 1921?
被験者ジェームス・マッカーシー31歳出身アメリカ
Subject James McCarthy, age 31, American.
Z プログラム4実験日2005年1月
Z program
28
stage 4, data experiment 2005, January 28th, T1305. Kurisu bends over Dara's shoulders and reads the contents out loud.
実験結果
Result, error. Human is dead. Mismatch.
またそれかよ。
That again.
超重力による無限圧縮
It is believed that due to infinite compression by supergravity, the subject could not endure passage through a singularity inside of a Kerbal hole.
1921年
April 3rd, 1921, New York
ニュー
City.
ヨーク14丁目
An
に
unidentified man was discovered half dead in an alley off Union
乗れる
Square.
ようにして死んでいる
Right half his body was embedded in a nearby wall. Sounded like Kurisu was reading a newspaper article at the end.
身元不明の男の
The
死
man's
体は
body
全身が
was
模様
completely
のゼリー状
jellified.
になっていた
That picture said CERN on it then. The ticking of a clock is like a hammer inside of my head. It's past 2 AM. Window is closed and the lab is silent for all but the humming of a computer. We stare at a gruesome image displayed on the monitor, speechless. I was right. We're in too deep. I half expect the guys in black suits and sunglasses to kick down the door and drag us off to a secret military prison. Better make sure the door is locked.
なんだこれ。
What's going on here? Dara breaks the silence with a disbelieving whisper.
ゼリーマンってゲル化したってこと？
They jellified someone? Upon hearing the familiar word jellified, I reflexively looked for a bunch of bananas placed next to a computer. There's only one banana left. We didn't have a single successful experiment today, so none of them were jellified. But I didn't think this was a mere coincidence. The jellified bananas produced by a phone wave, and the jellified corpses produced by CERN's experiments. They seemed identical in nature.
人体実験か
They're experimenting on people. Kurisu speaks calmly despite her grim expression. She doesn't even avert her eyes from the gruesome image.
しかも完全ではないけど
And this means they've
タイム
created
トラ
a
ベル
time
を成功
machine,
させてる
doesn't
っ
it?
てことになるわね
Even if it's not perfect. I'm still in shock, so I don't quite grasp the meaning of Kurisu's words.
この新聞記事
This New York article is from 1921.
およそ90年
90 years ago.
見て。
Look. Chrissy points to part of a black and white photograph, her finger shaking slightly. A jellified corpse of a man. She's pointing to his shoulder, which has a writing on it. Perhaps that was printed on his clothes. It's fused on a jellified body, but you can somehow manage to read it. It says CERN 213547.
セルつまり
So,
セルンは LHC を使ったタイムトラベル実験で
CERN used the LHC to send someone back to 1921.
生きたまま。
Looks like they failed to keep him alive, though.
ゼリーマンズレポートは
Is this the only
これだけか
report?
いや
No.
まだ結構ある
There's more.
全部で14人分
It looks like there's 14 people in total.
もしも
More jellymen?
ゼリーマンという言葉
That means more jellified people, more victims of human experimentation. I swallow hard.
人体実験の犠牲者がい
I'm awfully thirsty.
るということか
Take a cold duck to be out of the fridge and wet my throat.
他のも見せてくれ
Show me the others. Dave pulls up another report. Without being told to, Creasy begins translating out loud.
ジェリーマンズレポート9。
Jellymans report 9. This one appears to be in France.
被験者ダン・ストレイスキー26歳。
Subject, Dan Stresky, age 26, Canadian.
Z プログラム4。実験
Z
日
Program 4, date of
2004年9
experiment,
月6日。
2004, September 6th, time 2:10.
実験結果。
Result,
エラー。ヒューマン・イズ・デッド。ミスマッチ。
results, error. Human is dead. Mismatch.
新聞記事の切り抜きの方はこれフランス語ね。
The newspaper clipping it, I think it's in French. I can't read it.
2001年
You can read the
の
date
1
though.
月31
January
日
31st, 2001.
というのは読み取れる
場所は
The location is Pau, France, I guess. 2001. That's fairly recent. Let's have a closer look at it. 31st of January 2001. A human body has been something in a forest. Something. And on a trunk of a wood, a tree. Et il est dit que le corps est mis en gelée. So I don't speak French, but I know enough about French so I can half translate that a little bit. Talking about a body of a man, a human, is been found in a forest. Something about a body being, a corpse being embedded or unified with a tree trunk, and the body is jellified, jelly. Lorsque la police nomme toute l'énergie à la vérification, on déclare on donné, mais comprend pas d'ici que cadavre viril et matière gelatine. Paraissant de saturaire humain comme attendu. De la matière n'a pas été un effet avec une œuvre propre. L'état de la gelée est-il à l'époque de Vauquer? I can't read anymore. I don't speak French. Hopefully people who speak French can translate that. But to be fair, just look at a screen, you can read it better than I can. Oh yeah, I need to press shift before I carry on, sorry. A pretty big difference from James McCarthy, who jumped nearly 90 years back to 1921. Gary calls up a machine translation, gives it the following. Let's see how good I was. Ah, a Poe, yes. Sorry. Collapsed male corpse discovered in forest outside Powell, France. Its left foot was fused with a tree trunk, and the body is jellified. Down goes to the next report.
Jellymans レポート8
Okay.
被験者リンダ・ヒル25歳出身イギリス
Subject Linda Hill, age 25, British.
Z プログラム4
Z Program 4.
実験日
Date of experiment 2004, February 15th. Time 13:45.
実験結果
Results.
エラーヒューマンイズデッドミスマッチ
Thank you.
1972
October 2nd, 1972.
インド
The jellified body of a woman was discovered on the streets of Dhammapuri in Tamil Nadu, India.
遺体は放置された後で車にひかれた跡があり
There were signs that the body had been run over by a car. There it goes to the next page.
ジェリーマンズレポート7被験者ミハイル・ラング
Michael
33
Lang,
歳
age 33, German.
Z プログラム4実験日2002年10月8日13時28分
Z Program 4, date of experiment 2002, 10, 8. Time 13:28.
実験結果エラーヒューマンイズデッドミスマッチ
There we are. The article clipping is written in Japanese. Looks like a pre-war newspaper. May 24th, 1936. The corpse is what is believed to be a jellified human was discovered at the base of Mount Heie in Kyoto. It was a damaged state, possibly having slid down a slope. It even happened in Japan. I've never heard this story before. It was pre-war though, so I guess someone born in the 90s like me would have no way of knowing about it. Next page. The picture shows a beach, a beautiful but with a jellyfish-like bay lying on the sand. It must have washed ashore.
ジェリーマンズレポート6被験者
6.
マーク・ヒューズ
Subject
30
Mark Hughes, age 30,
出身
American.
アメリカ Z プログラム4実験日2002年8月
Z
23
Program
日
4, date of experiment
12時52
2002, August 23rd, time 12:52.
実験結果エラーヒューマンイズデッドミスマッチ
On July 1st, 1985, a strange body washed ashore from the coast of Stremai, Faroe Islands.
それは成人男性のようにも見える
It
が
appears to be the body of an adult male, but his flesh was soft like that of a jellyfish. Some island inhabitants believe it is the body of a merman.
半魚児肩と見られる場所には
The inscription CERN was found near the body's shoulder, but CERN denies any involvement.
まだ見る
Keep looking.
もう十分だ
I've seen enough. Are there 14 of those people?
発見場所が世
The
界中に
sites
散
are
らば
spread
ってい
throughout
る
the world. What can we
この結果から
deduce from
ど
this?
んな海が
その場所へ送
They
り込もう
must
と
have
し
sent
た
them to those places.
そうは思えない
I don't think so. It's too random.
カーブラックホールが得意点をどうたらってあったけ
They're
ど
saying about curved black holes and gravity, right? Isn't that the course?
超重力による無限圧縮およびカーブラックホール内の得意点通過に耐えられなかったと思われる
It's believed that due to infinite compression by supergravity, the subject cannot endure passage through a curved black hole singularity.
そう書いてあった
That's what it said.
カーブラックホール
What's a curved black hole?
普通の
Is it different from a regular one?
ブラックホールと違う
理論上存在を予言されているブラックホールよ中心の得意点が回転している
It's a theoretical black hole with a rotating singularity.
実在することは
No
まだ証
existence
明
hasn't
され
been
てい
proven
ない
yet.
し
Not there's any way to prove one exists. Curved black hole. Where have I heard that time
そ
before?
うか
That's right.
ジョン・タイター
John Titor. Titor said his time machine used a curved black holes.
タイターはこう言っていた
According to Titor, CERN finished his time machine in 2034, when Titor himself came from 2036.
そして
It makes sense for Titor and CERN to be using the same time travel technology. Krisu closes her eyes in deep thought. Creating curved black holes? That's insane. If you screw up, it could swallow the Earth. Besides, curved black holes are just a theoretical construct. If Titor's predictions are reality, then what that means, the LHC worst case scenario video on YouTube was right. What's YouTube? I'm just copying YouTube. Yeah. Fictional popular video sharing website. YouTube sounds more cute though. I don't know about Titor's predictions, but I've seen the problem video before. It was on the news 2 or 3 years ago. The gravitational forces inside a black hole are unbelievably powerful. It's certainly possible that passing through one could allow displacement. There's no way a human could do that and come out alive. That must be how his people got jellified. It wouldn't just jellify you. It would tear you apart, particle from particle. That's what a black hole does. Before we discuss this, should we look through the rest of the time machine research? Darrow's already starting putting up new documents. I'm suddenly afraid. Is it okay to keep hacking CERN like this? Should I stop him? I'm the one who asked him to do it, but things have gotten serious now. But at the same time, irresistible curiosity wells up inside of me. Time travel is becoming a reality. I want to know if this is true. I can't stop now. Here we go. There's a file in the Z program that explains time travel theory. That was pretty easy to find. CERN should have better security. Their security is fine. I'm just too good. Darrow is my favourite right arm. I thought it was your super hacker. Hacker! So, what does it say, Christina? Let's have a close look at it. This area is not scale. This is in English too, so I have no choice but to rely on my assistant. Can you give me some time to read it? Goose's eyes dart left and right across the lines. No way, but this is... It's Titor. Really? What are you muttering about? Tell me what it says. You know, this feels like one big joke. What do you mean? It's almost the same as Titor's theory. Basically, the LHC smashes protons together at 99.9999991% of the speed of light. By doing so, they compress a mass of 10 to the minus 24 kilos to an extremely tiny space of 10 to the minus 19 meter. In Japanese, please. 3 lines max. A small mass. Thrust into a narrow space. With great force. My explanation's too vague. But explanation's too erotic. I knew it would go there. So I just want to see your reaction. What? What part of it is erotic? Huh? Hashta's a pervert. Sounds like you have a pretty good imagination yourself. I'm not like you. Blushing cheeks make a denial less than effective. Don't listen to this fool, Christina. Continue. What were we talking about? Thrusting with great force. Proton compression. Right, successful compression generates a microsingularity. Which...
ミクロ特異点
microsingularity?
ミニブラックホールじゃ
Not
な
a
く
mini
て
black hole?
意味はほとんど同じだ。
Same thing, essentially.
特異点は
Singularity is the core of a black hole.
ブラック
This process generates a black hole with two microsingularities. A black hole with two cores? Like a cowlick with two hairs? No. I don't think that's it.
擬人化希望
Explain with cute girls.
はいはいミクちゃん
Bye.
とクロちゃんで
Say we're two cute girls. Mick-chan and Kro-chan.
姉妹とか燃えるぜはあ
Sisters
は
and Moe. Haha.
ミクちゃんとクロちゃんは電
By
子を
feeding Mick-chan and Kro-chan electrons,
操れるよ
you
う
can
な
make him do whatever you want.
電気ショックで拷問か
Electric
それ
shock
なんてエロ
torture?
ゲ
This sort of eroge?
操作できるようになった
So you force them to rotate extremely high velocity.
すると
And then, theoretically, Mick-chan and Kro-chan transform into magical girl wing singularity.
変身バンクですねわかります
Cue stock transformation scene. Got it. Well, looks like those two have found a common wavelength.
これでカーブラックホール効果が生まれ
Resulting black hole exhibits what's known as a Kerr effect.
そもそもカーブ
What are Kerr black holes anyway? You said they spin,
さ
but
っき回転している
what does that
って言ってたけど
そのままの意味
exactly what it sounds like.
でもブラックホールって普
But
通
don't black
回
holes
転して
usually
るじゃね
spin? I mean, there's a whirlpool around the hole, right?
その回転してる
The
よう
part
に
that
見え
looks
る
like it's
部分
spinning is just the surrounding matter being sucked into a black hole.
普通のブラックホール
A
は
black hole is just a point where extreme mass
重
causes
力崩壊
gravitational
を起こした
collapse.
中心点がある
Everything falls towards it.
それは点っていうぐらい
Since it's only a point, it
回転は
doesn't
してない
spin.
一方のカーブラッ
A
クホ
Kerr
ール
black
は
hole is as a ring at the center, not a point.
ミクちゃんとクロちゃん
Think of it like this.
普通の人間
Once
では
transformed into magical girls, Mick-chan and Kro-chan's hearts spin into a ring inside their bodies,
ぐるぐるとリング
which is
状に
impossible
回
for
転
normal
してる
people.
って考えて
グロは観点だお
Oh, Passamaguro.
助手よ。
Before you said such a black hole's existence would be impossible to
カ
prove.
ーブラックホールは
What did you mean?
存在したとしても
ブラックホールには
A black hole is what's known as an event horizon.
この内側に入ると
Once you pass the event
時間
horizon
と
and
空間
time
の
and
役割
space
が
switch
入れ替わっ
places.
てしまう
時間と空間の
Time and
役割
space
が
switch places?
私たちは今
Right now,
空間を
we
自
can
由
move
に
freely
移動
through
できる
space
け
into
ど
a future.
時間を1
We
分
can't even
過去に
move 1
戻
minute
すこ
into
と
a
はできない
past.
それが入
That
れ替
becomes
わる
reversed.
イベントホライゾンの向こ
On the
う
other
側
side of the
へ
event horizon,
空間
moving
の移動
freely
が
through
不可
space
能に
becomes
なる
impossible,
逆に時
whilst
間を
moving
移動可
freely
能
through
になる
time becomes possible. Can't even imagine what that's like.
空間の移動が不可能だか
Since
ら
unrestricted
ブラッ
spatial
クホー
movement
ル
is
から
impossible,
再脱出はで
you
き
can
ない
never escape a black hole.
例えば
For example, if Okabe jumped into a black hole, time for him would stretch to
永遠
infinity.
に引き伸ばされた時間なの光が再脱出
Since light cannot escape, human eyes cannot see the other side of the event horizon.
観測も
Observing a black hole from the outside is impossible. Something about the inside can be proven.
ただし例外もある
But there's an exception,
タイムトラ
however.
ベルにカーブラッ
The
クホー
exception
ルを
is
使う
vital
場
when
合
you use a Kerr black
こ
hole
の
for
例
time
外こ
travel.
そが
もったいぶらずに教えてもらおう
Get to
か。
a point.
カーブラックホールは
The
と
Kerr
いう
black
と
hole's ring
中
singularity.
心が回転し
Since
てい
it's
るわけだから
spinning, has
波
angular
動運動
momentum.
量が存在する
だから日本語でオケ
Like
だ
I
っ
said
て
in Japanese, please.
中心点が回転してい
Didn't
る
I
と
already
さっ
explain
き
how a
説
core
明したでしょ
spins? Just think of it as having
その
momentum.
回転運動ミクちゃんとクロちゃんに
If
電
you
子
keep
を
Mick-chan
与
and
え続け
Kro-chan
る
electrons, they'll
と自由
rotate
に
faster
操
and
ることが
faster.
できるカーブラックホールの特徴
When
は
their angular
波動
momentum
運動
exceeds
量
a
が質
certain
量を
threshold,
上回ると
the event
イベント
horizon
ホ
will
ライゾンが
disappear,
なくなって
and the
得意点
singularity will
が
become a
裸の
naked
状態になる
singularity.
裸だと魔法少女のコスチュームは露出度高えというわけですなこれアニメ化まだ
Naked? You mean magical girl costume exposed a lot of skin, right? I mean, when does the animated action air? Kriso and I ignored Darrow's nonsense.
裸になることで
Naked, you say? You mean it becomes observable?
イベントホライゾンがなくなることで時間と空間の役割が入れ替わる必要はなくなった
When the event horizon disappears, there's no more reason for time and space to change
そ
places.
の入れ替わりを
Meaning
回
you
避し
can
て
enter
突入
naked
できる
singularity
ようにな
without
る
being trapped.
そして裸の得意点の存在は
When the existence of a naked singularity allows the principle of causality to be violated and general theory of relativity to fail.
宇宙の法則が
The laws of physics are
乱れる
broken.
の
Can such a thing exist?
存在できる
Negation of a theory of relativity and the principle of causality means serious paradoxes can occur. Didn't Creasu say that earlier?
これまでも
Nothing in principle stops curved black holes from existing. Seems inconsistent.
するようだけど
Math never
証
lies.
明はされて因果率が破綻してるわけ
Since the
だ
principle of causality fails,
その裸
it
の
will be possible to
得意点
travel
に
into a
突入
past
すれ
by
ば
entering a naked singularity.
遡ることができる
John Titor said the same thing, so Titor's time machine is using CERN's technology. But Titor's time machine was compact, small enough to fit in a car. The LHC is 27 kilometers long. They managed to get it down to a travel size in just 24 years.
わからないのは
One thing I don't understand is how they inject electrons into a singularity.
見て
Look,
この LHC の
this picture of the LHC, there's a strange equipment installed at a proton collision site.
リフターっていう名前で呼ばれてるみたいだけど
It looks like they call it a lifter, but just what is it?
誰
Darrow,
聞いたこと
have you heard of it?
リフターリフターさっきの Z プログラムにもちらっと出てきたよな
I think I saw that in my Z program files. Want me to Google it? Darrow opens a browser window and enters a lifter into a search engine.
おおヒットしてる
We've
し
got hits. About 422,000 results.
こんなに
That many?
機
Guess
密
it's
でも
not a
なんで
secret.
もないの
もしかしてこれ
Could
じゃ
this
ない
be
イオンクラフト
Ionocraft?
イオンつまり電荷を
Ions
持っ
are
た原
charged
子や分
particles.
子のこと
The
ね
meaning matches.
意味としては一致する
We click a link that says Ionocraft lifter. It takes us to a video. Ah. Looks like some kind of dim garage. It doesn't seem like anything secretive, just a garage like you see in an average American home. The centre of the screen is like a triangular square shape made out of for some wide metal. Looks like 10 centimeters high and about 30 centimeters wide. I've actually seen this on Mythbusters. They use it as, I think they do it in perpetual motion myths and various home experiment myths. It's supposed to be some kind of flying device which flies without any kind of problem. What it actually does, it charges the atoms inside of the side of a triangle, causing the entire thing to be lifted off the ground. It's not so much a levitation device, in that it's a triangular engine. It's connected to some sort of generator with a thin wire. Looks like some really cheap equipment. That's all there is. Nothing else. After explaining something in some language I don't understand, Russian maybe, person filming video slowly turns the power on, and then
あ浮いた
it's floating. The silvery triangle floats soundlessly into the air, and it remains stationary.
反重力
That's
装
an
置
anti-gravity device.
そんなのあるわ
Don't
け
be
ない
ridiculous.
あ
Probably
った
would
ら
break through a
世紀の大
century.
発見イオンクラフト
It's called Ionocraft. It probably has something to do with the electrodes and charged air.
帯電した空気と
Creature doesn't sound as confident as she usually does. Looked up information on the Ionocraft lifter. Lots of sites have detailed instructions about how to make lifters, but I don't know how it works since the sites all give conflicting theories.
そのリフターに
So is using his lifter technology. It's a vital component in their time machine.
タイムトラベルに必要なそうミクロ特異点
If they can manipulate a micro-singularity's mass and gravitational field, these things are really anti-gravity devices.
まあそういう
Well,
限定的条件
Under
が
those
当て
exact
はめる
conditions,
な
I
ら
guess you might not be
間違いじゃない
entirely
かもし
wrong.
れないけど
Incredible. My curiosity is growing more by the second.
でも
But it looks like CERN's having trouble adjusting their lifter. They don't have full control over the micro-singularity's gravity, so they can't make a true naked singularity.
そのせいで
That must be the reason why the subjects turn into Jellymans. Creasu nods. Since the singularity is still closed, the subject is crushed by its tremendous gravity. As a result, substances become fractalized. Let's go with that hypothesis. Of course, there's no way to be sure it's right. It might take months to prove.
実際はどうなってるのかさっぱり調べるだけで何ヶ月もかかりそう
Creasu shrugged her shoulders in resignation.
リフターはまだ未完
So
成
CERN's lifter is still incomplete. If Titor's telling the truth, then CERN won't complete the time machine for another 24 years.
つまり
We can complete the phone wave, and we'll have outwitted CERN.
規模が全然違う
We don't have half the equipment of funding CERN does. Makes you think we can solve a problem like they
簡単に
can't.
できるわけないこれは簡単に解
This
決できる
isn't
問
that
題じゃ
simple.
ないそもそも
CERN still hasn't figured out how to set the subject's destination in time or space.
の問題もジェリーマンの発見時期や
That should be evident by how scattered the Jellymans discoveries were.
例えば地の
We don't even know if this is all of them.
宇宙
It
空
could be a
間とかに
Jellymand
放
buried
り出された
underground or
ジェリー
floating
マ
in
ンかも
space.
しれない
Actually, I'm almost
見つ
certain
か
there
ってる
are.
ジェリーマン以外に地球から何万キロも離れた宇宙空間に
There's no point in travelling through time if you end up in tens of thousands of kilometres away from Earth, is it? It's not practical at all.
可変重力ロック
Titor
シス
said
テ
a
ム
variable
という
gravity
ような
lock
ものがあ
system.
るとタイターは言って
You
い
can
る
use that lock onto the Earth's gravity.
それによって
To ensure he arrives somewhere on the
地球の
planet's
重力を
surface.
捉え
タイターの説明は
Titor's
その点に
explanation
つ
on
い
that
ては
point, it
曖
was
昧だ
vague.
そういう機会が
He
ある
mentioned something having such a
それだけじゃ
device,
説
but
明
he
には
didn't explain
なら
how it worked.
でも時間移動し
But
た
if you're
ら
only moving through
同じ場
time,
所
won't
に
you
出
just
るだ
survive
け
on
じ
the
ゃ
same
ないの
location?
出るわけないでしょ
Of course not.
なんで
Why not?
地球は常に
Because Earth is always
動き
moving,
続けているから
そう
right?
自転と公転
Rotation and revolution.
地球の自転速度
The
は
Earth's rotational velocity is about
1650
1650 kilometers per hour.
公転速度は
Its orbital velocity is about the sun, it's about 114,000 kilometers an hour.
1時間前にいた座
Meaning
標
1 hour ago,
私たち
we were that far away from where we are now.
無法そう考えると僕たちってテラハヤス
When you think about it like that, we're earth-shatteringly fast. Not really that literally actually, but
それだけじゃない
and mass none all.
地球を含む太陽系はミルキーウェイに属してる
The solar system is part of the Milky
ミ
Way.
ルキーウェイ
The
は
Milky Way spins like a giant whirlpool.
わかる通り諸説あるけど
There are various theories.
大体
Basically, the Earth moves about 50 million
1000万
kilometers
キ
a
ロぐら
day.
い地球が移動する速さ
How do you come up with all those numbers so smoothly off a tongue? Get which is a genius, but it's hardly common knowledge. Has been doing research on the topic?
なんかもうス
We
ケールが
kind of got onto
どう
the
もない
ludicrous
そな
scale.
ついでに言うと
By the way, Milky Way is part of the cluster of galaxies, which itself is part of an even larger supercluster.
さらに上のグループとして超銀河団っていうのもある
Have you bought Phantasm's debut single, yeah? It's a theme song for Rainet Kakaru, so it's really popular. If I bought 5 copies, it's my duty as a Rainetta. Anyway, there's an important secret hidden in Phantasm songs. The key to unlocking it is... Oops. Bells ring. Looks like someone's here. Better see who it is. Man's vocalist. I feel a strong resonance from her. Is this another part of the operations to stupidify humanity? Explain. I'm aware, but it's said to contain directions to a sanctuary, as well as prophecies regarding the end of the world, isn't that right? I'm going to go for that one actually. Oh well, Faris has taken us away from the topic, so let's end at this scientific point, shall we? It's going to be going on twice as long as I normally would do, but let's face it, I owed that to you after the last cliffhanger. So guys, thank you very much for watching, have a wonderful day, bye bye.